Hey guys, I'm Jody with Board Game Perspective, and today we're taking a look at Dale of Merchants, the original Dale of Merchants. Then we have Dale of Merchants 2 and Dale of Merchants 3. So all of these play 2 to 4 players in around 30 minutes. And so with these, the gameplay is fairly much the same throughout all 3 versions, and you can get the different decks and combine them. So this is a deck building game. It has a lot of cute critters on the cards, great illustrations. So we're going to take a quick look at how to play, and I'll come right back up with my thoughts. So we're going to take a brief look at how to play, and I'm going to use the original Dale of Merchants to go over the rules. And in the original Dale of Merchants, we have 6 different critters that you can decide to play with. So what you're going to do is you're going to figure out how many players you're playing with. So let's just say we're doing 2. So in that case, you're going to do pick the number of decks of the player count plus 1. So for a 2-player game, we're going to choose 3 of these guys to play with. So we've got, let's see, the Hoarding Flying Squirrels, the Dealing Giant Pandas, Lucky Ocelots, Snappy Scarlet Macaws, Adapting Veiled Chameleons, and the Thieving Northern Raccoons to choose from. So what's cool is you can kind of tailor this game to how you want to play. So for instance, the Macaws right here are going to deal more with hand management, and then the Pandas are going to deal with market proficiency, so probably dealing with more peaceful game, dealing with market stuff. For instance, this one says throw away all of the cards from the market. And then we got the raccoons over here. That's going to be more direct conflict. So if you don't like direct conflict, you may not want to play with them. The flying squirrels are going to deal with more stall manipulation, which we'll go over that in a little bit. And these guys are going to be rolling dice, so you're going to have some luck involved. And then these chameleons are going to deal with imitation. So for this 2-player game, we're going to choose, let's do the macaws, the ocelots, and the pandas. So these other 3 decks are going to just simply go back into the box. Each player is going to start with 10 cards, and each player is going to grab a value 1 card from each of the decks here. So that would be 3 cards, and this is for a 2-player setup game here. So we got 3 cards here, and then you're going to fill up to 10, so 7 more cards with the junk cards. Any unused value 1 cards are going to be returned to the box, and then you're going to shuffle the rest of the decks together. So you're going to shuffle all of these together. Once they're shuffled, you're going to have a market deck, and you're going to fill out the market deck, so 5 cards here. In the rulebook, there's a nice description, basically a turn overview here. So first is the action phase, where you're going to perform one of the following actions. So you're going to do a market action, a technique action, a stall action, or an inventory action. After you've done that, then you're going to move to cleanup phase, where you're going to fill your hand back up to 5 cards, and then slide cards in the market area. Now, the goal of the game is to be the first player to have stalls valued 1 through 8 finished. So you're going to have 8 different stalls. So for instance, this could be your 1. If I had this card in my hand, I could have played this. So this would be 2, and you're trying to get all the way up to 8. So if you choose a market action on your turn, that is where you can purchase a card from this market deck here. So the cost of the card is in the upper left-hand corner. And this is where you're going to be able to play cards from your hand and use those values to purchase the card. So let's say, for instance, I wanted to play 3 junk cards. So these junk cards you can use to buy stuff. The cards, however, you can never use for the stall action. These are just mainly for buying stuff. So I got a value of 3 here to spend. Now I could buy this value 3 here, or this value 3 card here. Now there's also these up here, which, like I said, the value to buy is here. But then if you have this, above, that's going to increase the cost. So for instance, this is going to be 3 cost, 7 cost, 7 cost, 9 cost. So with this example, I could buy this or this. So if I did buy this card, these would all go to my discard pile, and then this card that you purchased would go straight to your hand. Another action you can take is the technique action, where you play a card from your hand that has a technique ability. So let's just do this one for instance. So you play this, and then you can perform this technique. This one says discard your hand, draw as many cards from your deck and place them into your hand. So there's different abilities that you can do when you take the technique action. And if you see a plus symbol here, whenever you play a technique, that means you can also get a bonus action. So after you resolve the technique, then you can go ahead and take another bonus action. For the stall action, you will choose a card and you'll play it out to fill your next stall. And you have to go from 1 to 8. You can't skip around, and you can't slowly work on stalls. You have to be able to play it all at once. So for instance, we don't have anything started yet. So I could play this to start off my stall. So this would be stall 1, and that would be complete. So you're going to be doing that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once you get to higher numbers, you can start combining cards. So let's say, for instance, we're working on stall 6. I could play both of these cards to create stall 6. They have to be the same color, so basically the same animal, in order to be combined together. And the last action you can take is the inventory action. And this is a way you can try to get rid of cards from your hand, so you can possibly get more new cards whenever you do the cleanup phase. So for instance, if I did not take that action and it's time to do the cleanup phase, I would draw up to 5 cards. So I would still have these in my hand. Let's say I didn't want these in my hand, I could, for my action, discard these, and then when it comes to the cleanup phase, I would draw 5 new cards. And as I just mentioned, the cleanup phase is drawing 5 more cards into your hand. And like normal deck builders, if your draw pile is empty, then you're going to shuffle your discarded pile, and that will become the new draw pile. And then you'll also slide cards over and fill in any market spots. So players will continue taking turns back and forth until someone has placed their 8th stack in their merchant stall. So in this case, this player would have won. So this is an example of a finished product here, a finished merchant stall. So we have a stack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now let's take a quick look and see what's inside of Daily Merchants 2. So just like 1, we have 6 different animals, and then you also have the main player board. And I also want to point out that there is a backside, so that's a night scene. So you can play with either the night scene or the day scene. And there are tons of cute animals on these boards. So just like the base game, you have junk cards, then you have 6 different animals. So we have some polecats here. We have platypuses, which there's a platypus right there. Then we have crocodiles, owls, which are really cute. I did not put it, there we go. The owls are extremely cute. They have their little hat there, that's adorable. Then we have sloths. I did not put the animals on top here. There we go, here's the sloth. We have a sloth, and then we have these cute foxes here. So just like the base game, these provide variety. You can kind of pick and choose what you want to play with. Some are more interactive and some are more lucky, so you get to choose which ones you like. And lastly, let's take a look inside of Daily Merchants 3. So once again, we have a day and a night scene, and there are lots of cute animals. My favorite are the ducks here with the baby ducks coming behind, really cute. And then you have the night scene, and you got this cute little cat up there. Love the animals. All right, so again, you have junk cards, and then we have 6 different kinds of animals here. We've got the tree kangaroos. We've got the hares, which are they're probably one of my favorites out of this deck here. Or this game here. And then we got monitors, we got echidnas, I think how you say it, lemurs, and magpies. And once again, you can pick and choose which ones you want to play with, because some have different types of abilities than others. Alright guys, so I definitely enjoy these games. We all know I'm a huge sucker for critters, and the illustrations on these cards are just absolutely gorgeous. I love looking at the cards, all the different animals, and I love that you can combine, different sets from different, 1, 2, or 3, and you can kind of create what you want to play with. So I tend to like the ones that are a little more peaceful. You know, sometimes I like a little bit of luck. I like to throw the die around and just, you know, see what happens. Just kind of fun. So I tend to play more along those lines and not so much of the more interactive ones. I know we played a game, let's see here, I think it was with the, played a game with the crocodiles one time, and the name for them is Intimidating Dwarf Crocodiles, and they're threatening and harassing. So it's a way to steal, I guess, I'm trying to remember, steal other cards possibly. So there's a lot of interaction and conflict with the crocodiles. So not my favorite one, but we gave it a try. So my other friend decided to pick that one to play with. So, but I liked playing with the polecats. I just think they're the cutest things ever. But that one's taking risks. I enjoy, you know, a little bit of luck, and that's the same concept with the hares. I actually played the hares in the last game I played with. And that one was fun, seeing, you know, what's your role and seeing if you get to, you know, get to keep a card from the market deck. There's just a lot of different options. I mean, each game has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 animals, and so you can interact how you want. And I love that. I love that you can kind of make it geared to how you like to play. So, I mean, this is just a solid deck building game, guys. If you like, well, especially if you like cute animals, critters, and you like deck building, I mean, you gotta check these out if you haven't checked them out already. So this is Dale Merchants 1, 2, and 3. Definitely check them out. You can play each one as a standalone game, but you can get them all and kind of interact how you want. Absolutely love that. So guys, yeah, if this looks interesting to you, definitely check these out. I highly recommend these. This is a fun game, light, not a super long game. It's just a fun one to get out and play. So guys, that is my thoughts on Dale Merchants Original 2 and 3. So if you found today helpful, go ahead and click that subscribe button and like this video. And I appreciate you guys joining, and see you next time.